Hey everybody, it's Michael McDonald here from Mayday Flight Tutoring. Been a long time since I've been online. I did a series of videos when I was in Germany waiting to start at the Calgary Flying Club last summer. In September, I joined the Calgary Flying Club and took on a pantload of students and flew my butt off for September, October, November, December, January, February, March. So 7 months, and a lot of flying. I think more than I had expected. I think I had at one point 13 students, and then everything came to a crashing halt on the 19th of March. And of course, everybody knows why. So it's been 2 months almost since then. Myself and many other flight instructors around the country are on furlough, waiting to go back to work. The flight training units in Alberta right now are trying to get some sort of a straight answer from the health authority of Alberta as to when they can resume operations. Transport Canada has not opened their testing centers. So those of you who are studying for written exams are sort of in this Groundhog Day, study every day or you lose it mode, because they can't schedule, they cannot schedule their commercial written or their PPL written through FTUs or their INRAT or their IATRA or whatever it is, ATPL. So they just had to keep on studying, because otherwise you lose it. So I myself am working on my instrument rating. It's been a long time coming, and so I'm doing the ground portion. I'm doing the Harv's Air course, which is really well done. If I could write it today, I know I'd pass it, and I could just move on to the flying portion of it. But I'm in this Groundhog Day sort of repetitive study mode, which is kind of like a two-edged sword, because, you know, it's really good that I have something to work on while waiting to start working again. And of course, I am collecting EI or CERB, like a lot of other flight instructors who are on furlough. But it still leaves a fair amount of time during the day. And I have to admit, often I'll just go out to Springbank Airport and I'll sit by the button of runway 26, turn on live ATC and listen to what's going on with general ops aviation. And I've actually witnessed a few interesting experiences, like one pilot who had Nordo and lost the radio, and he couldn't figure out what the active was, so he just kept on orbiting over the runway until finally he managed to get his radio working. And the controller asked him the germane question, "Do you have a cell phone?" Yes. You could use it to call us, you know, and study up on your Nordo procedures. So yeah, that's a good time to study for us pilots who are waiting to work. And like I said, I've been working on my INRAT, and I would pass the exam today if I wrote it. Only a 50-question exam. 3 hours, 3.5 hours, 3 hours to write that. It's a lot of time. Yeah, so whether I'll do my single engine instrument flying or just go all in with the multi, it's really just a matter of cost. It's a matter of cost. If you are, you know, doing instrument flying for the first time and learning to fly a multi-engine airplane, which is often going to be engine out procedures while doing instrument procedures, then it's going to take longer and it's going to cost more. So I think I'm just going to stick with single engine until I get my instrument rating, and then I'll stay current with the single engine instrument flying. I'll do some teaching of it too, and then I'll just do my multi-IFR after that, so I'm comfortable and used to the approaches and departures and en route holds and all that good stuff. And then ramp it up with some multi-engine flying and finally get the multi-IFR out of the way. I mean, I really do like teaching, so I'm always going to stay as a flight instructor. You know, if I had had my multi-IFR, I might have been able to find work in, during this time off. And I was sort of kicking myself for not doing that earlier. Um, but I do find I'm mostly suited as a flight instructor. I mean, it's a day job. You get to go home to your own house in the evening. It's quite interesting. You stay very current, fresh with flight exercises and knowledge. You need to know what you're talking about, or if you don't know the answer to a question, at least where to find the answer, and be positive and helpful, and help shepherd often these young people along into their flying careers. So it's a really fascinating business, aviation. before before I became a flight instructor, I was a filmmaker for like 30 years, and I had my own plane, a Cessna 150, and my private pilot's license, and I enjoyed that. But I got tired of just punching holes in the sky, so I sold the plane, and then I went to Europe, so I didn't have really access to airplanes for a while. So when getting my commercial and my flight instructor rating, and then getting back to work, reminded me of just how much I love flying, but not just punching holes in the sky, but flying with a purpose, right? And teaching people how to fly, and teaching airmanship and the technical aspects of decision-making of aviation. Pretty interesting work. Tiring, exhausting, sometimes frustrating, but ultimately rewarding and interesting. So couple that with my multi-engine rating and with the hours I have ATPL, I could also be flying cargo on the side or something like that. Not really interested in flying passengers. I would think I would rather fly boxes of pemmican, to be honest, or Amazon shipments. At any rate, like a lot of other flight instructors, I am looking for ways to fill my day without going nuts. The in-rat is helpful, but because it's like Groundhog Day, because we can't actually do the written exam, you have to just keep on studying, which is annoying. I will keep doing that. So I thought, okay, well, I got a month left. Maybe I should get back in the video saddle and do some more topics on aviation for my Mayday flight tutoring page on YouTube. So I am going to do that. And this video here is sort of my first attempt at that since I've been on furlough. So yeah, I don't have a lot of followers. I'm not quite sure how these video influencers in aviation get hundreds of thousands of followers so quickly. Very peculiar business, social media. There's a lot of people out there shilling their airplanes and their ideas on the internet, and social media aviation influencers, and I'm not particularly interested in watching that stuff. Instructor information, yeah, for sure. Yeah, but look at me and my whizzy plane, and oops, I just did a ground loop and me so bad. I'm not interested in videos like that. I do like watching like Lufthansa missions in their Airbuses on long haul flights in the cockpit. I find that quite interesting. But the social media influencers dabbling in aviation, I could name a few, that really interest me too much. But that's just me. And my videos are probably not interesting to a lot of people, but I try to pack them with information, and I try to make it as clear as possible. One great thing about having more followers is that I could get suggestions from people as to what I should do next, or things that they're not clear about, maybe I could talk about. I could also get some constructive criticism. The one constructive criticism I have received was, like your videos, but you need a whiteboard. Well, I think I will put one on that wall. And actually, even from my studying, I find like rather than, look at this, looking at my instrument rating, all my little scratchings and notes when I'm doing quizzes, I'd actually prefer to just do them right up on a whiteboard. And that's the way I work when I'm teaching around. And yeah, so when I get back to the Calgary Flying Club, I'll jump right back into flying and get my INRAT done. Also, I was working on the developing of the new CPL course, so I'm hoping to get back into that and teaching that ground school. I really like doing that. And some of you who are on my page now met me in that course, so I appreciate that you jumped on the page. And it'd be nice to hear from you, and again, I'm going to do my best to keep working away on the videos, as dull as they might seem to be. But if you're looking for deep information, hopefully I can provide that. And like I say, with suggestions, I'm happy to pick particular topics that people are interested in. I noticed one of the topics I did a video on that got a lot of views was about pedostatic failures. So obviously people are confused about pedostatic failures. I did another one on handy dandy aviation calculations, and that one got a lot of views because for obvious reasons, it's like one place where you can see all the calculations you need for your commercial license. Yeah, so I'm going to make more of those. So in the meantime, I hope you have a great day. It's Friday the 15th of May, 2020. And hopefully just about 4 weeks away from flight schools being opened up again. And all of you who are frustrated and waiting, it will end. This will end, and aviation will be fine. Don't listen to the doomsayers with their headlines in their stupid online magazines. Aviation is dead. The pilot shortage is over. You know, there's always somebody out there who's perfectly happy to tell you some grim news to watch your reaction or to get paid. So don't listen to that stuff. Right? I mean, cripes almighty, it's hard enough to get, to get yourself to the step where you can be working in aviation. You don't need that kind of Debbie Downer crap in your ear while you're working away. Spending hard-earned money, trying to make something out of an aviation career for yourself. Like, good for you. If you're going to stick to that, good for you. Go for it. There'll be jobs for you. No question. There will be jobs. Aviation is not going away. Oil is not dead. So anyway, a little bit of a political rant there. You have a great day. And my next video, it will be about a specific topic. And I don't know if I have my whiteboard. Maybe I could just write right on the wall. But yeah, I probably should get a whiteboard so I can illustrate some of the things I'm talking about instead of just showing it on a piece of paper. Anyways, have a great day. It's Mike McDonald talking to you from Cochrane, Alberta. And we'll see you soon.